Well, I'm in the garden today, but we're not going to be doing any gardening. We're going to get the FrankenShed behind me in its final position in the garden. Hey everybody, welcome to Yellow Dog Farm. Well, it's December here in South Carolina, and the garden is just done growing. I have a few low tunnels that have some things growing in them, but for the most part everything is done, and it's just time to clean up the garden and get ready for next year. Now last year we built this FrankenShed, and the reason we call it the FrankenShed is because it's bolted together from scraps of our barn. There's not a square corner, there's nothing plumb, it's just kind of all thrown together with leftover supplies. That being said, it's perfect for the garden. I've got all my shovels, rakes, weed eater, all that kind of stuff, and all my planting trays in there, and it just keeps everything out of the weather and out of all of our other buildings. So it's out of the shop, out of the barn, all the stuff that I want here for the garden. We had originally put it in the corner of the garden that seemed like a nice place, and what we realized is it was just blocking an area that I'd set up with a potting bench or a potting table, and it's a future great location for a greenhouse. So rather than go ahead and continue to block the sun with the FrankenShed, we're going to go ahead and move it down a little bit, and that'll create that space for the greenhouse. And then who knows, on the, it gets so hot here in the summertime. So kind of my plan is on the north side of the FrankenShed, I may build a little shaded area just to be able to sit down and get out of the sun and do some work. So it's not a big deal. I'm going to show you the bottom of the FrankenShed so you can see. So we built this shed on top of the pallet that all of our stall kits came in. So it's a pretty big size pallet, and you can see right now we're cheating, and we've got the John Deere as our helper in locating this thing. So when the time gets right, we'll get Miss Diane up in that thing and get this thing moved. She's a pretty darn good tractor driver. She turns on her music, sings along to country, and does her thing. So way better touch with it than I am. And what we're going to do, you can see my messy potting bench there, and we're going to put the FrankenShed right here. So I've got 4 blocks, wood blocks of big pressure treated beams left over from the barn, and we're going to use that. The goal for the whole thing is just to use what we had, and we'll continue with that rather than going and buying some new bricks. So we'll go ahead and get started and get all these posts leveled up, and hopefully we'll be firing up this tractor soon. Get out of here. That's good. you go. The FrankenShed is all positioned nicely. I'm not even going to put a level on it because I'm not moving it again to fix it up. So there it is. I know this seems like a really small project and it's like, well, why would you even video this? Well, there's some significance behind this. This is always the kind of thing that I'd have to walk away from just to keep the farm running. I'd always be running off to another chore and I would never have time to get it done. Well, I just retired after 33 years in aerospace, so I get to dedicate all my time to the farm. I'm super excited about it. I see so many people on YouTube that have found a way to be able to have their dream and work on their farm, and they're working so hard and they just make sure that it's generating enough revenue to be able to move forward. Well, I am super pleased because now here I am. I'm retired, so I have a pension and I'm able to rely on that income and then grow the farm in a way that makes sense and be able to dedicate time to it. So rather than having to rush from the most important thing to the most important thing, which I think you always have to do, but I can also go for some long-term fixes. So I'm just so excited to begin investing in the farm and really see what we can do to move forward. The garden here will be a big part of that. I just have really come to love gardening, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready for the next spring and of course grow just a few things in our low tunnels here. But overall, I'm just so thrilled to be doing this with my wife Diane. We've been together for quite some time and this has really turned into a dream for us. So I'm really looking forward to this next chapter and moving on and doing even more. So I mean, even one of the frustrating things is even having time to generate anything for the channel because I'm moving from one thing to the other, and you know, there's some stuff that you just have to do and it's just plain old boring to watch, maybe even settling a shed, but there you go. So thanks for watching and please subscribe to our channel.